Hello, I'm out this evening for walk, hike. Most of my trail this evening is paved, so I tend to call this more of a walk than a hike. But I'm out, put my feet on the ground a little bit. I'm on Walker Branch Greenway, just inside North Carolina. So I've been struggling to have the time to hike because of busyness and exhaustion, and so I'm making a priority today to get out and do something for me. So here I am. I grabbed a spindrift, enjoying the sun, the temperature outside. I needed to go out to the store anyway to get packages of M&Ms or something for my kids to do fraction, decimal, and percentage project. So this is close to a store to be able to stop. So just making the most of the time I have. Walker Branch Creek is just along the side here. This trail runs along it. One of the things that I think is cool about this greenway is last time we actually walked on it, we found that they are doing some expansion and improvement. So it will be longer. Right now it's just a couple miles, but Charlotte as a whole has been working towards connecting their greenways, and it seems like this is heading that direction. So pretty cool that it'll give more opportunities. We thought it was neat because right now where the construction ends, so as far as we can see where they're ending for now for this phase, is very close to a park that Wing It Park that I've done a hike at, and we play disc golf at. So yeah, it's neat to make the connections in the area. It's definitely peaceful out. There's a park with a ball field that we passed, so definitely some sort of baseball going on right now. A few other people out walking or riding. It's a good evening for it. The pops of yellow are really pretty. Several different flowers. Oh, and there's some purple. All the roots over there are pretty cool looking. Looks like a creature sprawled out on the shore's edge. And then down at the bottom are the really fine, thin roots right at the water's edge there, or going into the water. Pretty cool. So I've been struggling with the time, not having enough time for anything, it seems, but definitely am recognizing the amount of depression that I'm dealing with, and that's really hard to acknowledge and try to deal with. So it's been a big struggle. I'm feeling like I'm constantly battling, and I'm fighting a losing battle. So it's quite discouraging. I made a point yesterday. I rushed home after tutoring, and it was a beautiful day, and trying to do what I can for myself. So I grabbed my bike and went over to Ann Springs. Just wanted to do one big loop. So not even big, one loop. That's all. I didn't have time to do much more than that because they close when it gets dark, and by the time I got home and got over there, there wasn't gonna be much time. But there was enough time for me to do a lap on one trail. And I got a mile and a half in, and I got a flat tire. Ran over some sort of big spiky thing. So I guess I ran over it at the bottom of a hill. By the time I got up to the top of the hill, I was trying to figure out what was going on. And I looked back and my back tire was flat. So I usually have no trouble going up a hill. It was presenting a little bit of a challenge. So that explained why. But this was after I had made a plan to go over to the gym to swim just a few laps, just to get in the water and move around, even if it was just 10 minutes. And I looked at the pool lap schedule, and there was like one lap available. So, or one lane available. Like, I don't really want to go and waste a little bit of time I have hoping to get in a lane, or waiting in the line for a lane. So decided the biking was my next option. So by the time I walked myself back to the car, got home, and I felt really discouraged on the way home. And this is that like constant battle I'm feeling. So I'm trying to make the choices for myself, because it's all about what you do with things, right? Not what is there. It's how you handle it. So I decided, okay, now I have a few extra minutes. I'll make tortillas for myself so that I could have actual tacos with the boys instead of them doing tacos and me having to do no tortilla. So got to doing that, and I took a shower. That was my alternative for the day, and I was trying to really just see the bright side. So it helped, and felt like I did accomplish something, because I felt like I did something for myself in making something for myself that I don't normally take the time for. So this has seemed to be a daily challenge, with it being one thing after another. This morning, dealing with the frustrations of a bottle of coconut aminos basically just shattering on its own, and all of the contents pouring out of the bottom onto everything else. As we were cleaning that up before work and trying to get everything done this morning, I just said, well, it is always something, and I appreciated the help in cleaning it up. Caleb jumped right in to help me take care of it. But it was just one thing after another. It continued today, and that's just how the days are going. And I'm trying to practice the resilience that I know is in me. So they're being tested. I feel like I'm coming out on the other side at some point. Little glimmers of hope, but it's hard. It's really hard not to feel discouraged. It's really hard not to feel depressed when things are not as you want them to be, or they should be. Just not where I am, that I'm not where I want to be. So, taking it one day at a time. The persistence is what has been required at school as well, to try to influence these kids in some way. Just consistency, trying to make it clear to them that I care and I want them to learn. I want what's best for them. So there's been little glimmers of hope there, and that's been really exciting. I've been making myself available for them at lunch. They can do a working lunch with me on the days I don't have lunch duty. And then I'm tutoring after school, so there's 3 days of the week they can come in to get help or work on things. And starting this week, I had some actually take me up on both offers, and a significant number. I had only had a few takers before. So that part has been encouraging, and the participation in class from some of those students that really are behavior problems or struggle because of all of their emotional needs, or the challenges that they're facing within themselves or within their circumstances. Some of them have really taken some initiative to do better for themselves, and so that's been really exciting. And it doesn't take a lot to make all the effort for them to feel worth it. So the moments today when I was able to celebrate with those students that were showing that they were actually grasping the concepts that I was working on with them, or letting them come up and show the class how they did something, or share their answer and be able to tell them, yeah, you got it. It doesn't take much of that. So those moments were fantastic today, and it's been encouraging to have more of those than there were. Starting to look a little bit like fall in the water, with all the leaves down, different colors. It's quite pretty through there. Peaceful. But admittedly, depression can be a hard thing to recognize, a hard thing to face, and a hard thing to overcome. It takes a lot to recognize that someone else is actually depressed, or that you are depressed, because depression is not just being upset about something. A lot of times you don't have much control over it. So I've talked with my therapist and my psychiatrist recently about the struggle with it, because I don't feel like myself, and that's like the worst of it, because I know that I'm not being my best self because I don't feel like me. So I appreciated the psychiatrist knowing my health situations, is having me get lab work done and everything to make sure all of my levels are okay, because there are so many things, imbalances and chemicals within ourselves that can cause this out of control feeling that really you can't will yourself to overcome it. And that's been what my therapist has told me time and again. It's so hard to grasp that idea that you can't just choose to not think a certain way, or choose to feel a way, or choose to handle something differently. to just not have that power or that strength, that it's hard to accept that. So I'm trying to do a lot of the rewriting and reminding of the truths that are there. So I think it's The Truth by Megan Woods has been a good song for me to listen to. It's been a reminder that while I'm not always feeling like myself or seeing myself as myself, I'm still there, and that can be seen by others, including God. And just let it keep creeping back out. I'll get there. This section of the trail has been nice because it's a little more enclosed by trees. The trees coming together over top of the trail. Less parting of the woods. That's really nice. Some of the sections have some houses along them. Some are more wooded. I am excited for the other part to be open. We have ventured onto it, though it said in some way to not, but it was very clear that people have been using that, at least some, or checking it out or something. So we just made sure we didn't disturb anything. Now this is currently where the trail ends. They do actually have the new section roped off today. So across the street over there where the cone and tape is, but they built a bridge. So I'm assuming they're going to put in something for crossing the street or extend the trail down to the light for the crosswalk or something. So I'm interested to see. I'm always glad when they have outdoor spaces like these so accessible to people. It's close and easy to get to and easy to be on, which is true of paved and fairly flat. It means that more people will get on there and spend some time outside. Always good for the soul to spend some time outside. And life can be hard for all of us. Depression obviously makes it harder. We gotta make choices to get through those tough moments, tough seasons. I'm very much looking forward for this season to be over for me. It's been a lot. But I think surrounding yourself with people that truly love you and value you and your relationship with them makes it a bazillion times better. Allows you to see a little bit of light for where you're headed. We all need that. So even through our long list of to-dos last night of oil changes and tutoring and bike repairs and making dog food and cadence therapy and all the things that were having to be done, and none of the things that we wanted to do just for pleasure or just for fun. Sometimes you can find plenty of joy in doing all those other things too, which, to be honest, we do. But yeah, getting all the things ready for school, and it's like any of those things are great, when it's not a list of them that all need to be done by a certain time. But through all that and through the mishaps and the messes, I continue to appreciate that Caleb says it's okay, I can deal with the hard as long as I know that we're in it together. And I often feel bad because I feel like I'm bringing a lot of the hard, a lot of the difficult. So that does feel good to be encouraged that way. And this morning I was finishing cleaning up all of the mess and sent Caleb off to work because he needs to be there earlier than I do. And so he said, all right, I'm gonna go then. And I love you through all the mess and everything, or mess and all, something like that. And dealing with the literal mess at the moment, and figuratively my mind. Hey there. So it's good to have people stand beside you that are willing to go through the mess and the mud and the muck and all the tears that come, because then they're there to enjoy all the moments of exhilaration and the smiles and the laughter and those cherished moments. I just finished listening to a book in which one of the characters suffered from severe depression, and it was the guy in the story that suffered from depression, and so he had never really been around a lot. He isolated himself essentially, but he had never had a girlfriend, never been real close with anybody because of the depression. Ended up becoming friends and then dating a woman that ended up being in the area for research for her PhD. And by the end of the story, he was he was expressing to her that he was nervous that he would go through a bout of depression again as he cycles through, because that happens sometimes. And she said the best thing, of course, the author knew exactly what to say. That's okay if you do, because the people who love you are going to support you. And through the relationship he had developed with this woman, his relationship with all of his family members improved as well, because he faced reality, accepted it, and just embraced life. So if you're dealing with depression, I'm sorry. I feel you, and that's hard. It sucks. But you're not alone. There's others out there that feel like you do. And there are people out there that love you. You just might not know it if you're not recognizing right now, oh yeah, that's who really cares about me. They're out there. And if you recognize that somebody you love is dealing with depression, just love them through it and support them. Be the strength when they don't have it. It can be a challenge. We do this a lot for our children when they don't know how to stand up and have the strength within them to grow, or face those challenging situations. We help them through it. So those kids are still inside of us struggling, so we can help each other through it. So rest well, and I'll see you next time on the trail with Heart.